what's happening? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, I bought myself a watch that I could not find out a lot of information on. It's called a REMIX, and what kills me is that the box here says Fossil Corporate Market. So my guess is that this is like a sub-brand of Fossil? Is that possible? Like the actual Fossil watch company that you know and love and think of? It's possible. Let me tell you what, man. If you know more about REMIX, please let me know, because I actually even went out and tried to find their website and couldn't find a whole lot about it. But REMIX is right here. That's the name of this brand. It comes in this nice little tin. I just picked it up because I thought it was a decent looking watch and not super expensive. But I thought I'd open it up here, show it to you. And maybe if you stick around, I'll tell you how to get this watch. So here it is. First of all, let's look at the band, because it's pretty nice. It's kind of like a nice finish. Nice kind of caramel, toasted caramel tan. White stitching. It tapers a little bit. It says imitation leather. Not real leather, imitation leather. So that's kind of nice. Oh, and it's made in China. And obviously, stainless steel hardware, as it says right there. This end of the link is a pretty standard, traditional clasp. There's nothing super interesting about it. It's actually kind of just like thick sheet metal that's bent around. Looks all right, though. You know, I'm starting to think that this doesn't have anything to do with the actual Fossil company, but maybe I'm wrong. Stainless steel case, I believe. And it's not that big, but it's a handsome looking watch. And it was cheap. I actually don't remember how much I paid for this, to be honest, and I should probably hunt that down. But what I ended up doing is I bought it a long time ago, and I kind of forgot about it, and it just kind of showed up today. So let me see if this back comes off and will tell us anything more. It's a base metal bezel. That's what it says, and there it is. I do like that it says battery 377, so it's kind of nice before you pry off the back, which of this is just pressed in there. That you would know what kind of battery you need. And it says Singapore movement. So, this little Asian movement. Us Asians are good for what we do. It's very, very light. You know, you can kind of feel that. It's in many ways like the inexpensive watches that I've showed you in the past. And quartz movement with a battery. Obviously, it's ticking there. A real slender red needle secondhand. Interesting military time printed in red, silk screen right on the dial. So you've got the 24, 13, 14, etc. all the way around. So you could still do 24-hour time like that. Standard hands. Looks like there's a little bit of loom possibly on the long end. Skeletonized, which is kind of nice. Kind of nice little feature. Thins it up a little bit. Lets you see that kind of charcoal black background. Arabic numerals in white, pretty bold, not unlike the Shinola or the Bell & Ross or the Glycine I've shown you. And then even the minutes are, in the 5-minute increment, are numbered on the outside, and there's a little bit of a track there with individual minute markers. So pretty nice. You know, like I said, it's a straight drop into the case, so no angled bezel inside. Nice plastic or glass, maybe even mineral crystal. It's flat and flush with the case. Polished case, and the polishing, the case is pretty nice. There's a couple of little kind of machining marks or casting, waves in the case, but overall pretty nice. Let's go ahead and measure this bad boy up here. And if I just measure the case without the crown, oops. 42 millimeters. So not a huge case, but pretty average size. With the crown, we get to 45 millimeters, and then case thickness is a little under 10, so count 10 millimeters. So should wear on your watch pretty nicely. REMIX watches. I've seen them on Amazon. I'll put a link to them on Amazon so that you can check out some of the other remixes. Some are definitely more wild design than this. It's a very classic style watch, and that's kind of more my thing, but there are some watches that I like with a lot of color, etc., etc. Now I have a fairly chunky wrist, 7.5 inches, but this looks great. And for a watch that isn't a lot of money, you could have kind of casual contempo, business and pleasure type of style here. It kind of looks like an old school aviators watch to me, especially with that military time numbering on it. So I think it's pretty nice. And like I said, it wasn't expensive. I can't tell you, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it falls in the realm of cheap watches. There's also an instruction booklet if you need to figure out how it works. The crown here has a little bit of a coin edge, probably just pulls out, and then you can adjust the time just like that. Hacking seconds, push it back in, and it starts ticking. Now, I didn't see anything about water resistance, so kind of plan on it being minimally water resistant. I bet it would take a splash, but don't swim with it. All right. Anyway, my REMIX watch. I just wanted to check it out because I thought it looked decent and was cheap. And actually, it's quite a bit nicer than some of the other cheap watches that I've showed you, which are clearly cast and have some seams where they've pressed the two pieces together to cast it, etc., etc. So, for the money, I think this is a decent little watch, and it looks pretty good. To possibly win this, I will pick next Saturday, which I think is like November 11th or 12th or something like that. One of the random comments on this video and send this to you. So in your comment whatever you like, but put your country in there because I can only send it right now to people in Canada or the United States because that's where I can afford to ship to. So please make sure you put USA, Canada, or whatever you want to acknowledge, to let me know where you are so that when my random comment picker picks one, I can verify that you live in a place that I can send this to. Otherwise, keep in touch. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, because there's a lot more giveaways coming. I have a whole table of stuff that I have picked up over time that I've said, man, that's cool, and I want to review it. And I am going to start giving more of it away because I don't want it to sit on my shelves being unloved and unused. So Peter Von Panda with my REMIX watch, out.